Welcome to Art Ed Radio, the podcast for art teachers. This show is produced by the Art of Education University, and I'm your host, Tim Bogans. All right, it is conference week. I've been talking about it for a while, but the Now conference is finally here. So many cool things happening this week, so many fun things that we will be doing between the kickoff on Wednesday, tomorrow, and the main event on Thursday. As always, we want to do a conference preview episode, so those of you who are joining us for now know what to expect, and those of you that haven't registered yet are maybe enticed to do so. So if you're listening to this on Tuesday, you have one more day to register. Registration closes at noon Central on Wednesday. You can find everything you need at www.theartofeducation.edu/now. Now, for this episode, we usually have Amanda on because she co-hosts the conference with me. But today I invited Janet Taylor on instead because Janet has played a vital role in putting this conference together. She's done an incredible job of finding and working with presenters, creating resources, helping me with big picture ideas, and just so much more. So she's been a huge part of what we've put together for you this week, and I can't wait to see what she's most excited about over the next few days. So let me bring her on to talk about the Now conference. Janet, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited. You agreed to come on. You've played a huge role in developing this conference. So a big thank you, first of all, for doing all of that. But I thought it would be perfect for you to come on and talk a little bit about all of the cool things that we have coming this week. So I guess let's start just by talking about Chicago. So I'm super excited. We are coming back to Chicago to host again for the from the DePaul Art Museum. Did that last year. DePaul was awesome. Chicago was awesome. Love doing all of that. So we're back. Janet, you are from Chicago. And so I guess I need your best recommendations. Like, as people are listening to this, I'm going to be flying to Chicago and I have like a day to do stuff. So what are your recommendations for me? What should I be doing in Chicago?
Okay, so of course there's like some cliche things and some not so, some hidden gems that I have to share. Okay. So first of all, you have to go to the lakefront, which I know you like to run, right?
I do.
Yeah, so that's obviously, I think last time, didn't you say you did a nice run down the lake path there?
I did. Okay, so not that anybody wants to hear my running stories, but I'll just briefly, when NAEA was in Chicago a few years back, I ran from my hotel to the convention center, and I ran along the lakefront at sunrise, and it was just so incredible, like one of the best runs of my life. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I used to cycle a lot, so I would ride that path a lot, and it is gorgeous in the morning. It's gorgeous in the evening. It's gorgeous all the time, but less pedestrian traffic at those times, right? So it's a little quieter, yeah. But while you're doing that, you should definitely stop at Millennium Park, which has, Cloud Gate, or commonly known as the Bean. Yeah, the Bean. And definitely, it doesn't really get old. It's really still fun to go check out. And there's Pritzker Pavilion. So if you have time to catch a concert, that is a cool pavilion because it is designed by Frank Gehry. So I love his designs. The Cultural Center, Chicago Cultural Center, is super cool. It has really incredible architecture, some mosaic tiling, stained glass windows like Tiffany, I think. Plus they have some rotating art galleries. So that's always a plus.
Nice.
Of course, the MCA or Art Institute. I think you're a pretty, fan favorite of that, right?
Oh, love both of those museums. I've already looked it up. Like MCA, like I'm not super excited about what's there right now, so I may or may not go. But Art Institute, I feel like is a must for me.
Yeah. What's your favorite area of that or
Oh,
city?
modern. They call them wings. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's it for
The
me.
modern wing is?
Modern
Me
wings for
too.
sure. For
Yes.
sure.
When they developed that, it was just gorgeous, and I spend most of my time there.
Yeah.
I still like to do a tour around the whole museum, but and then of course, Tim, what about the food? Do you like deep
The
dish
food,
pizza?
I do. We actually, a couple weeks ago, Andrea Sluzarski was on. She had a whole creativity analogy about your favorite like slice of pizza that you could create, and my favorite slice would be a deep dish slice. And so
Okay, I
I'm
love it.
very much looking forward to all of the food, but the pizza especially in Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to offer in Chicago. We have so many different cultures and, ethnicities. And so it's pretty cool. You can get like Latin and Ethiopian and Middle Eastern and like authentic German, but
Yeah.
I do feel like the deep dish is kind of like the standard.
Yeah, it really is. I feel like I have to have a deep dish when I come to Chicago. And then other than that, I'm up for like, I always want to try something new. So I will be on the lookout for something I've never had before. And that's always a goal. So that
That's
should be
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Since not everybody's going to be in Chicago with us, we should probably not spend all of our time talking about Chicago. So, let's chat about, the conference. So like this particular one, summer 2023, we have a lot of exciting things happening, for you. Like what is exciting about this particular conference this week?
Okay. So, I mean, I feel like helping with a lot of these presentations, I'm a little bit biased because I think they're all pretty amazing. But I am pretty excited about the art teacher roundtable that we do every time,
Hmm.
because it's live and you get like a couple different teachers from different levels, elementary and middle school and high school and whatnot, different locations. And we're all just kind of talking and debriefing about, the big topics that are kind of happening right now, right?
Yes.
So like
Yes.
this time we're going to be talking about the importance of reflection and adaptation. And obviously, it's been a little bit rough the last couple years. And I think
Fair,
we're all
fair.
kind of in this weird place of pivot and like, what do we do? And how are we going to start our year in a good place?
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm really excited about Davia King, our keynote presenter, our featured presenter, just because we've done something different this year. Usually it's the interview with, our artist, our author, whoever our featured presenter is. But this year we hired Davia, who's a muralist for people who are not familiar, contemporary artist in LA. We hired her to go to a school and create a mural with kids. So shout out Melinda Moen in Los Angeles, Art of Teaching on Instagram, if you all follow her. We went to her school and she coordinated this mural with Davia. And so we have an interview with Davia, but we also have all sorts of great footage of her working with students, creating a mural with students. And it's almost this documentary style presentation that I'm so excited for people to see. So something new, something different. And I think that's going to be a highlight for me for sure. So, anything else or that you want to?
I mean, besides, I guess, the cool thing is being in Chicago, we're going to do this in-person meetup, with art teachers who are local. You guys did that in Florida last time, right? With
Yes, yes, it was
few art
incredible.
teachers.
Yes.
And so we're doing that again here in Chicago. And of course, I'm a little bit biased and excited to hang out with some people and meet some new art teachers in the area. But it's going to be really cool because it'll be like casual and like relaxing, but also, connecting our community in person, which I think is an exciting part of our conference now.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. And I love the entire community that we get all week, but the more we can expand that, the more we can do with that, the more I love there. So speaking of no, just doing fun things and engaging with the art teacher community, let's chat about the conference kickoff. Wednesday night, we always do really fun evening of games and art making and prizes. We're doing Let's Make a Deal, which I'm super excited to host that and just make random deals with people. Anyway, it's going to be a really, really fun game. I don't even know how many people are like pay attention to Let's Make a Deal or familiar with it anymore, but it's a great game. We're going to have a lot of fun. But Janet, can we get your best advice for why people should attend our games art making excitement extravaganza on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I love the kickoff because it's so fun and relaxing. And I feel like it is just what we all need, right? Just to get together. It's just a much more casual experience. Art teachers even come onto the screen, like when you call them
Yep.
up, to be
Yep.
guest contestants or whatever. So it's really fun to see each other's faces and not just, in the chat.
Right.
I also love the art making breakout sessions that we do because again, it's like a regular Zoom room, you know what I mean? Where you
Yeah.
get to see everybody working and kind of enjoy. Plus, Tim, if you are wanting to partake in some excellent art themed adult beverage menu, you can do
Yes, that
that
menu
too.
is
And that's
so
always
much
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, we always have a non-adult beverage on there, at least one option.
Mm-hmm.
So even if
Mm-hmm.
you do not partake, but you still want a fancy art-related drink, those options are there. So yeah, check out the menu, and it's going to be fun. We're doing a lot of really, really fun giveaways at the kickoff too of different art making supplies, different things for your classroom, a couple just like straight cash giveaways, which people always appreciate
Yes.
that you can use for yourself, use for your classroom, whatever you want. So yeah, we're excited to do all those giveaways, and it's definitely worth coming for sure. So, but okay, so hopefully everybody will come to that. Obviously, we really want everybody to come live on Thursday to the main event. There's so many great options there for presentations that you can come to, interactions you can have. But can we get your opinion, Janet? Like, what is your experience on the main event days? Like, what do you enjoy about the main event?
Okay, so two big things for me. The chat, interacting with everybody is insanely crazy. It is so great where everybody just pops in, says where they're from, and people will be responding to presenters, and then they'll come up with other ideas, and then other people will share, and it's just like crazy exciting and really great all day. So I love that part. Even like last time, Andrea Beatty, who was our featured presenter, she
Yes.
popped in during her chat, right?
Yeah.
And it was so cool because a teacher was like, "Where in Illinois are you from?" And she was like responding, and they're like, "I'm from there." And it was like this great like fangirl moment to be like, "Andrea Beatty just responded to me," So I love that part. The other thing that I love about the day that's great to go live, okay, is that it's all day curated. So you don't have to like move from session to session, and you don't have to like worry that something isn't going to be the right fit for you or whatever. You can just be there, kind of set up and be present and kind of, tune in and tune out where you need, right? Go to the bathroom or whatever. But you're not going to really miss anything because then all of that's in the afterpath. So, but I love being there on the day because of all of that kind of energy that happens,
Yeah, I think energy is a good word because, like you said, there are just so many people connecting, bouncing ideas off of each other, finding common ground on things, helping each other with things. Just the questions and the discussion that goes back and forth is incredible. And, I love the ability to just make art throughout the day as you're listening, as you're watching. Obviously, when I'm hosting, I don't have a ton of time to do that. But, we're starting today with Joel Skolton doing a painting project. And obviously, you're not going to get that done in the 20 or 25 minutes that he's introducing it. But you can continue to work all day and continue to make art as you're listening, as you're learning, as you're connecting. And I think that's a really cool experience. And then obviously I love going online and just seeing what everybody posts on the Now Conference hashtag and just seeing all the art making that people do, the notes that they're taking, the sketches and the doodles and the sketch notes that they're creating, just seeing what everybody's doing, I think is really, really energizing, I guess, which is especially good as we're thinking about going back to school soon. So
Yeah. And I know that some people are like, oh, I don't want to think about going back to school quite yet. You know what I mean? But like going, it doesn't feel like that. It feels exciting and fun,
yeah.
and like jotting down the notes or doing the art projects ahead of time or lessons or whatever that, like Joel's lesson, for example, you have all of those materials then ready for the beginning of the school year. You don't have to do as much prep, in my opinion. You already have it. So I think it's just a really fun day.
Yeah, I think even if you're not in the headspace to go back to school just yet, I think this maybe gets you there. I think the conference
Hmm.
is exciting enough that it can get you excited about going back to school. Like, no promises on that. I don't know where everybody's head is at, but that's
Right.
definitely how I feel. Just seeing all of those different presentations, getting all of those, different types of inspiration really gets you excited about the possibilities for the coming year. So,
Yeah.
can we talk a little bit more about Davia, our featured presenter, Davia King? She has been fantastic. I think she's going to be a really good, keynote. So, Janet, like, what do you think people should watch for with her presentation?
Well, so just a general overview. I mean, she does these murals, like you said, large scale murals where they're like bold colors, and then does blind contour drawing of people that she engages with.
Yeah,
And I think that's, what I love is listening to her talk about the connection with humanity. And, she's talking about this like blind contour, the intimacy behind it.
yeah.
And it's funny, like I teach it all the time, right? As a
Hmm.
drawing teacher or whatever.
Hmm.
But it always makes students uncomfortable, which is kind of my favorite part, when you're like, okay, look across from you and stare at the person and draw them.
Yeah, I always tell them to gaze into each other's eyes. It's very awkward and hilarious for
Blissfully.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's
But,
it's amazing. I love it. I'm going to use that next time. But yeah, but like the idea of this like intimacy behind it, or the vulnerability of connecting with
mhm,
humans on that level, um, is really cool, especially in a time when I think that is our focus, right? Is kind of
right,
bringing back our community, kind of coming back to humanity and connections to, I don't know, unify us back back a little
right,
bit after
right.
everything. Um, so I really love listening to her talk about that and kind of that exchange.
Yeah, and I love her presentation. Like I said, it's very like documentary style, and I think it's very cool to hear her talk about what she's trying to accomplish, and then immediately see that in action with
Hmm.
the students that she's working with, and seeing them help create this piece for their school, which the connections that are made there are very important, and I think it's really it's powerful. I
Yeah.
think it's really cool to hear from her and to see her create that work. And so I'm excited that we can share that with everybody. So, all
Yeah.
right. Last question before we get out of here. I would love for you to give everyone something to watch for. Okay. Let's just say like one presentation from the main event on Thursday, one presentation from the AfterPass on Friday that you're really looking forward to or that you really want to highlight.
Well, I'm not good with like one boiling it
Yeah.
down to
Yeah.
one thing. Okay. All right. So the main event. So other than Nick Hahn coming on talking about games in the classroom, which I think is going to be super fun, and Jonathan Jervich, he always has some quirky connections to contemporary
Right.
artists. I'm
Right.
always like, okay. But other than those two, see what I did there? I just kind of tossed those in there. But I'm super excited for Ruth Burns' presentation. She is
Yeah.
talking about the power of storytelling in the art room, and she just has so many great ideas and prompts and lessons. And she teaches K through, I think, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But really, these, in my opinion, I'm like, I could totally use this with my high schoolers.
Oh,
You can
absolutely. So
really adapt. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here. I know you
No, yeah.
still have an answer to make, but I was able to meet Ruth in April and saw her present at NAEA. Like you said, she teaches elementary, but then like some of the prompts that she gives and the questions that I immediately said, oh, I would use this for high school without question, like immediately. Just I can take these prompts, these questions that she's giving our kids and take them to high schoolers right away. So yeah, I'm super
Yeah.
excited to see her presentation.
She's really great at like getting her kids to really use art in that story way. I feel like,
Mhm.
I've seen her stuff for a while and I'm always amazed by what she can get her kids to do. So it's
Oh,
really incredible.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. What about for the after pass?
Okay, so I actually have two for the after
Oh
pass,
my
but
God.
I know. Okay, so I'm excited about Luke Jenner's presentation because he's going to be talking about scaffolding video and animation lessons, and I feel like video and animation is kind of becoming more and more popular as like a niche, like
Yeah.
either in a lesson that's integrated or an actual class in high school or middle school, whatever. But he just has like a ton of lessons and examples, and he's so generous with giving like a folder of all of these student examples to our teachers. It's going to be really
Yeah,
great.
he shared so much. He has everything you need if you're
Yeah,
looking to do some animation stuff.
and that's kind of an area that kind of intimidates me, to be honest with you, a little bit,
Yeah.
is the animation. So he really makes it a little bit more accessible, I feel like.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, and then I'm going to slip in. So Chris Sikora, I'm also excited about because he's talking about creativity. And of course, like I love talking and thinking about the big picture creativity. Like you had Andrea, recently
Yep.
talking about creativity. You had Katie White talking about
Yep.
creativity. And I'm like, I want more creativity. Let's talk about it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. No, those are both definitely worth looking at. Okay, so my recommendations for the main event on Thursday. I'm super excited about Caitlin Eddington. She's Art with Mrs. E on Instagram. If people are familiar with her, she is doing a presentation on the power of drawing prompts, and she's doing it live. So we have no idea what's going to happen. So
My God, I can't wait.
I know it's gonna be great. She's such an awesome presenter. She has such an incredible personality and such great ideas. I'm really, really excited to have her come on and share all of her ideas with us. Also, I'm really excited about Latanya Hicks. She is doing stuff on inquiry-based learning and sort of scaffolding things that you're teaching your kids with exploration and discovery. And we always get requests for, more things for advanced students, more prompts for advanced work. And Latanya's stuff is just right up that alley. Just great advice for working with advanced students. So I'm excited about both of those. And look, I just snuck in too without even realizing it.
There you go.
I really can't give
Still
you
think I
crap
got you
about
beat.
that anymore. Yeah. But then for the afterpass, I'm really excited about Laura Ermis. She did a presentation on what did she say? Building your ceramic confidence. And so she's got all the basics. She's a ceramicist, does some incredible artwork of her own, kind of an expert in the field of ceramics. And so she shares all kinds of great advice for people who are just starting teaching clay, whether that be, how you're building stuff, how you're glazing, how you're firing, just all the basics that you need to get started with that so you can do all of that with confidence. And she's an awesome presenter, great information. I'm really excited. I think that'll be incredibly helpful for a lot of people. So I think that's one to keep an eye out for.
This lineup is just really incredible this time. I'm really excited. I mean,
we
every
did a
time
great job, Jen.
Yeah. Way to go. Can pat myself on the back right
I was gonna say, I don't know, like we'll see how it goes this week, but I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be an excellent conference. So we'll wrap it up there though. So Janet, this may be the shortest podcast we've ever recorded. It's still almost half an hour long, but we did well to keep it short for us anyway. So anyway, thank you for coming on. And as I said, thank you for all of your help with everything you've done for now this time around. I think you've helped us put together something pretty special and hope everybody will enjoy it this week. So thank you.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you to Janet. I appreciate her coming on. And like I said in the beginning of the episode and right there at the end, we really could not have put together such a good conference without her. So let me give you one last rundown of what's happening tomorrow and Thursday. And then after that, tomorrow, Wednesday, the 26th, is the conference kickoff. We're playing Let's Make a Deal. It's going to be an incredible game. We have all sorts of amazing giveaways. It's going to be just a ton of fun. That starts at 7 p.m. Central, and then we'll be doing some art making probably about 8 p.m. Central. Okay, on Thursday is the main event. This is the conference itself, all of the presentations, all of the learning, everything that you're looking for. So just a full day of presentations for our teachers. That starts on Thursday at 10 a.m. Central, and that'll be going until about 3 in the afternoon. And then on Friday, we have the AfterPass, which you can access on Friday, but then you can access for the rest of the year. You have an entire year to dive into all of the learning there. Not only all of the presentations and the art making from the previous couple of days, but an additional 15 presentations that really sort of dive into more niche topics and really can get specific about what you're wanting to learn, what you're wanting to check out. So make sure you see everything that's in the AfterPass as well. So if that all sounds good to you, and I hope it does, again, you can register at theartofelucation.edu/now. You can get even more information, find everything you need to know about the event, and I hope that we will see you there. Art Ed Radio is produced by the Art of Education University with audio engineering from Michael Crocker. All right, this is our last call for mailbag questions. Amanda and I will be recording later this week when we're together for the Now conference. So send us any back-to-school questions that you want answered. So Timothy Bogats at theartofeducation.edu, or look for Amanda on Instagram today, and she may have a question box up there that you can submit questions that we will get answered. Okay, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully we will see you this week at Now.